And hello, good day, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are on this planet. Here is a part of my first novel called The Unforgotten Portrait. Chapter 1: The Dream of the Blank Card. She woke up confused. Another strange dream. She didn't even remember falling asleep. One moment she had been shuffling her tarot deck under the dim glow of her desk lamp, and the next she found herself standing in an unfamiliar street bathed in pale blue light. The images were slowly returning to her, clear and vibrant, as she hurried to write down the dream before the memory disappeared like a soap bubble on the wind. The road was lined with houses she'd never seen before, but her chest ached with the sense that she knew every door, every window, every flicker of shadow behind the curtains. She hadn't been to this street before, she was sure of it. Yet it felt like it had been waiting for her. The smell of lavender grew stronger with each step, but there were no flowers in sight. Just the hush of dusk settling in, and a street lamp flickering like it too had a memory to recall. At the end of the narrow passageway, a window caught her eye. It was dimly lit behind the sheer lace curtain. A card hung from a chain on the door. Not a business sign, not exactly. It was an old tarot card. The moon, upright. She paused. The moon. Illusions, memories, intuition, secrets. Her breath caught in her throat. A sudden chill danced along her spine, though the air was still. She didn't remember reaching for the doorknob, but her fingers were already there, brushing against the cool brass, aged like something older than the house itself. And then a voice from inside. Soft male, not quite a whisper. You made it back. She froze. Back? Her own voice felt too loud in the stillness. A silence stretched long enough to wonder if she'd imagined him. But then the door opened slowly, creaking like an exhale. He stood in the doorway, tall, pale eyes the color of antique glass. Not young, not old. Familiar. Too familiar. She looked at him, and something inside her cracked wide open, like she'd loved him before, lost him before, like she'd promised she'd find him again. She should have asked his name, demanded to know how he knew her, why he looked at her like they were in the middle of a reunion. Instead, she stepped inside. The door shut behind her with a soft click. Final. Like a page being turned in a book she'd forgotten she'd started. Inside, the air was warm, scented with something ancient, burnt rosemary, candle wax, and the faintest trace of sandalwood. The room was dim, lit by a constellation of candles scattered across shelves, books piled like sleeping beasts in every corner. She took a step forward, then another. Her fingers brushed the velvet curtain, and the entire room seemed to hum in response. Her skin tingled. Something had shifted. He was watching her, not in a way that made her self-conscious, but in a way that made her feel seen. "You don't remember yet?" he said gently, like he expected that, like he wasn't surprised. She turned to him. "No, should I?" He walked to a table in the center of the room, draped in deep burgundy velvet, its corners embroidered with golden thread. He pulled out a chair and gestured for her to sit. She hesitated only a moment before obeying. As she sat, her hand brushed the surface of the table, and she gasped. A flash, rain falling on cobblestones, a different city, a different time, her hand gripping a locket. A voice shouting her name, his voice. She blinked. The image vanished. He sat across from her, his expression unreadable. Then slowly, deliberately, he reached into a drawer and pulled out a deck of tarot cards. The back of each card shimmered faintly under the candlelight, as though something lived just beneath the surface. "I don't usually read for strangers," he said. "I don't think we're strangers," she replied before she could stop herself. His smile was bittersweet. "No, we never are." He shuffled the cards slowly, reverently. She watched the movement of his hands, steady, graceful, like a ritual he had done 1,000 times before. But only now, for her. He laid 3 cards face down, then looked up at her. "This will open a door," he warned. "Not all truths are gentle." "I'm not afraid." His gaze lingered. "You never were." He turned the first card. Death. Upright. Change. Endings. Transformation. A closing of one chapter, the beginning of another. She swallowed. The second card flipped. The Lovers. Reversed. That's all for today, my people, my dear souls. If you would like me to continue reading, then please let me know in the comments, and I will see you soon. Ciao!